wipe out lethal. Switch it up, ayy. Take it slow, bring it back, let 'em know, break it down to the flow, pick it up, let it go, baby. Back on the grind, don't shake my shine. You could do me wrong, I'ma be alright, cause you could try to pull me back down.
Good morning, friends. It is 8:12. I'm gonna go to the big boy gym, aka the co-ed gym, because I work today at the women's only club, and I just need a change of pace to switch it up every now and then because I get bored easily. But honestly, I just want to go for a drive. I woke up early on purpose just so I can go here, get a good workout in, and then do my stuff and then proceed to work. We're doing booty today. Since I have a big day ahead of me, I don't want to, lift too heavy. I just want to take it slow but make sure it's effective. So I'm gonna do mostly booty band / resistant workouts today. Later on during the week, we will go and move on to the machines, the squat racks, etc. Let's go for a drive. It's a beautiful day. Let me show you the sky. If you can see that. Yay, we love blue skies. For my workout sessions, I've been making it a point to only go to the gym for max an hour and a half, and I always start with at least 10 to 15 minutes of cardio just to make sure that I warm up my body properly and it helps prevent injury. Before every leg day, I always make sure to 1, do cardio, but 2, also stretch and make sure I am focusing on hip mobility. This helps me 1, prevent injury, but also squat deeper. Lastly, it helps a ton with the mind-muscle connection for booty day. Warming up the glutes is so essential for me. I even did a video back in the day called Mind Muscle Connection. If you guys haven't watched that, make sure you check it out. I always make a point to do at least 5 to 10 minutes of warm-ups. Since I dedicated this day to the resistance bands, this workout was basically a huge warm-up to say the least. So I'm doing goblet squats and I'm doing regular squats with the resistance band. Those workouts are so underrated. If you really pay attention and squat deep, it burns real good. Since I'm not lifting or using heavy weights, I'm just focusing on high reps and light weight. So right now I'm doing monster squat, backward, sideways, and forwards. Doing high reps with light weight is so underrated. Not only are you building tension in your muscle, but you're also building endurance so that you can last longer while you're doing exercises over time. As you can see, when I finished with my resistant band circuit thing, I was dying. My booty was under fire. Body exercises are so underrated. I'm using this machine where you kind of do like a sit-up. This can target your lower back, but if you do it properly, you can target your glutes and hamstrings. It's such a killer move. In order to make this workout super effective, what you want to do is go all the way down as low as you can, and then when you go up, pull up with your glutes and hamstrings And on your way up, don't bend your back, just make sure that you're standing straight. This builds a lot of tension in the booty. Like I mentioned, since I try to keep my workouts to at least an hour/an hour and a half, I do try to dedicate 5 to 10 minutes to properly stretching after the workout. Stretching your body after a workout relieves a lot of tension, it reduces soreness and injury, but I recently found out that when you stretch, you also give your muscles an opportunity to grow bigger, which then makes your results and workouts more effective because you'll see results sooner. After a workout, I like to do the most simple/basic stretches, but they really are effective. I like to focus on hip stretches, mobility and flexibility stretches, and also just getting in a deep stretch in my lower back. That one relieves a lot of tension for me. As usual, we're starting up with our glute warm-ups after cardio. This is one of my favorite movements ever for glute day. It's called Good Morning Squat. This is killer for your glutes and hamstrings. What you want to do is make sure that your legs, your lower part of the body, and your upper part of the body are straight and stable, and you hinge down but push up with your feet. During my personal training sessions, I've noticed that we've done a lot of single movement exercises, specifically the RDLs. This is great to promote strength in both sides of the body and promote the idea of proportions and being even. I've noticed even though I'm dominant on my right side, I'm weaker. My left side actually has more stability and also a lot more strength, which is really interesting to me. Some popular compound movements include squats, deadlifts, and pull-ups. You're targeting multiple muscles in your body. For the deadlifts, I'm targeting my hamstrings, my calves, my glutes obviously, but also my abs and my shoulders and back. Deadlifts and good morning squats are so fun to me because when I do these exercises, I'm really focused on pushing against the ground, kind of like that motion when you're about to jump. You're really pushing hard on the ground, but when you come up, you squeeze at the top and it hits different. It's so good on the booty. Since I'm using a lighter weight for these exercises, I like to do higher reps. So for this exercise, I'm doing 15 reps and 3 sets.
Ryan Little.
Japan.
And of course, you can't have a successful glute day without incorporating squats in there. On my last personal training session, I managed to hit my PR, my personal record, for 100 pounds for the squats. Right now, I'm doing 95. I'm using a different bar. I would call this one the quote-unquote male bar because it's bigger and thicker, but it's definitely heavier than the women's bar. So this was very, very difficult for me, especially considering that this squat rack was more used for deadlifts. So I didn't have that much space, but I did my best to squat deep, really push through the heels, and make sure that I'm squeezing at the top. I am such a huge squat fan now. I am obsessed with being on the squat rack and squatting deeper and lifting heavier. It's just so much fun to me because I can really feel and see the progress when I'm putting on more weights or when I'm squatting deeper. And of course, you can't forget the classic hip thrust. In a couple of my old videos, I used the hip thrust machine, which is still really good, but now I'm just focused on using free weights. I do want to start lifting heavier and using the bar for my hip thrust, but for now I'm keeping it simple and basic, and I'm using a dumbbell for my hip thrust. Using free weights and getting the full range of motion with little support is so important for booty days. The regular hip thrust on a bench is so underrated. As much as I love the convenience of the hip thrust machine, the range of motion really gets the booty burning. Even when I was resting, my booty was on fire. I am obsessed with this.
Ryan Little.
Japan.
And of course, after a good booty workout, you want to make sure that you're maximizing your results and your outcome. So I'm making a point to increase my protein intake. I prepped my tofu for the sushi bowl I was making, and right now I'm making a smoothie bowl. It's basically just a concoction of 4 fruits, protein powder, and almond milk. Keeping it really simple, but I'm getting in those 30 grams of protein with this little yummy shake. Whenever I'm craving sushi, I always do this recipe. So it's basically rice, sushi seasoning, tofu, carrots, cucumber, and I added broccoli sprouts in there just to make it feel a little bit more fresh. And of course, you want to add your seaweed in there just to give it that authentic sushi taste. This recipe is super easy. I tried my best to add as much protein as I could, and it's super filling. I'm not sure how many calories this is because I don't count, but I'm sure it's worth every little bit.